So I said that I would post about Jesse getting hit by a car, and he got hit by a car actually twice, we think, this summer. So the first one we know about for sure. I was sitting here in the afternoon, my husband was out, and I heard Jesse come home. I could hear him in the garage underneath me. He was giggling, laughing, closed the garage door, went into the basement. The only weird thing about it was that he usually comes right up and sees me, but I could hear him laughing, so I wasn't worried about him. Next thing I know, the doorbell rings and it's a police officer. Just one. I found out later on purpose because they knew that Jesse was autistic, so they didn't want to overwhelm us or him. So just one police officer came to the door. And he said, "Is Jesse home?" I said, "Yeah, he's laughing in the basement. What's up?" And I thought for sure it was going to be that somebody had complained about him riding his trike on the sidewalk or something, because that's happened before. And he said, "Well, I'm pretty sure he got hit by a car." I said, "You're kidding me." So we go downstairs, and he's sitting in the basement, cross-legged on the floor, helmet still on, safety vest still on, and he's rubbing his elbow into the carpet. And he's giggling a little bit, kind of a nervous giggle, which is what he does. He always laughs inappropriately at the wrong times. So I said, "Did you get hit by a car?" And he said, "No," because he was worried that he was in trouble, that we would think that it was his fault. No sense of the relief that I felt that he was sitting there in front of me. So, of course, I ran over. I sat down next to him. The police officer made sure he wasn't too close or too loud. And I said, "It's okay. Tell Mom. Tell Mom, did you get hit by a car?" "Yes." And he shows me, and his forearm had been scraped, which is why he was rubbing it on the carpet. That's what he does when he's hurt. He doesn't usually tell anybody when he's hurt. You just see him rubbing it, or he comes to me and asks for me to rub whatever's hurting. So, we tried to get a story out of him. We can't. We just can't. It's unreliable what he says. I asked him what color the car was. He told me white, he told me black, and he told me red. Three different things. Asked him if it was a man or a woman that was driving. He said man, and then he said woman. So the good thing is there was a witness, a wonderful witness, who saw this happen. So apparently, this is at an intersection where there's no light and no signal. Jesse is a rule follower. If he goes to a light and there's a signal that says walk or don't walk or cross, he listens and he will sit there until that thing changes. Even if it's out of order, he'll sit there. This was a cross, like a T intersection where there is no signal. There is a crosswalk though, but it is a pretty busy road. He crossed over, a car came, and at this point all we knew is that we hit him, it hit him, and that it made contact with the bike and knocked him off the bike. The witness got the license plate because the person left. An ambulance came to the house. Again, they only sent one person in to make sure that he was okay, and the police officer was kind of mad at this guy. He determined it was a guy from the witness account who had left. And we determined that it was better to just keep Jesse here, not send him to the hospital. He did say his back hurt, but the EMTs checked him out. Eventually another one came in too. And we decided that anybody who has an autistic family member would know that sometimes taking them to the hospital is worse than just making sure they're okay and keeping them at home and observing. So they left. Jesse was fine. Once he realized that I wasn't mad at him and was just grateful that he was okay, he was back to his normal self. Then later on that evening, the police officer called me. He had tracked down the driver. He had located him from his license plate. The driver said that he was going, I don't know how fast he was going, probably 40. It's a 40-mile-an-hour zone. Saw Jesse start to cross in front of him. Braked, but he couldn't stop in time. He said he did pull over to the shoulder. He did ask Jesse if he was all right. He did try to talk to Jesse. Jesse got back on his trike and left. He did say that it was obvious that Jesse couldn't talk, and he thought that he might be autistic. Why he didn't stay and why he didn't report the accident is unanswered. So that's what happened. We didn't take it on social media or anything. We wanted to make sure that, if it came to any type of legal issue, that there wouldn't be a problem. It's behind us now. He did go to court. He did get a lawyer. To be honest, we don't know if it was Jesse's fault, but what the police officer said, which is true, he said, look, Jesse is a pedestrian. He was in a crosswalk. He was wearing a safety vest, a helmet. It was really up to the driver to stop. So it was not Jesse's fault, no matter what. So that's good. And the witness was sure to stress that he was in the crosswalk. So that's behind us now. Everything's fine. We did get an insurance payment for the trike, and that's good and behind us. Now, about 2 weeks ago, Jesse came home and was very worried that Mommy was going to be mad. He comes in the door and I hear him saying, "Mommy mad, Mommy mad." And Frank was with me, and I said, "Why?" And he said, "Screen protector off." Well, he takes his screen protectors off of his phone because he likes to snap them, and he likes the noise that the screen protectors make when he crumbles them. So I said, "Yeah, I'm mad. You took your screen protector off." His phone was smashed to oblivion. So I said, "Yeah, I'm mad. And then it dawned on me, I better ask him. It was really smashed, and he takes really good care of his phone. So I said, "What happened?" And he said, "Got hit by a car again." So when I asked him, "What road did you get hit on?" he said the same road that he got hit on the first time. So I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, or if he's just remembering the first time. But he doesn't usually lie. I don't think it's like him to want to come up with a story. And about 5 minutes later, he starts saying F-O-R-D, F-O-R-D. Now, that is not a label or a brand that he has ever said before. Ford. Never has. So I'm thinking maybe a Ford hit him. And then he said, goading. Now, once you ask him to repeat something, he doesn't usually repeat it because I think he's embarrassed and thinks he said it wrong. And so I only had that one opportunity where he said the word goading. I don't know what that means. I said to Frank, is that, could that be letters from the model of a car? Could it be a license plate? Don't know. Asked him all the usual questions. Was it a man? Was it a woman? He said a woman. Don't know. We just don't know. I waited for the police to call. Nobody came. He was fine. It was just that his phone was broken. And we just kind of put it behind us. A day or two later, he said, Ford truck. Now we're thinking it was a Ford truck. And he said gray. Don't know. We replaced the phone. In some ways, the first time we were kind of glad that it happened in a way because he could kind of understand the danger. But, we certainly didn't want this to happen twice. And we're very, very concerned that it would happen again. So that's the story. He's fine. But I won't tell him not to take that trike anymore. I can't protect him forever. And he has 2 neurotypical friends who were hit by cars. One a week before him, one about 2 weeks ago. Typically functioning kids, also age 14, got hit. So I'm happy that he's safe, happy that he's loved. We'll do all we can to love him and support him, but I'm not keeping him home. I'm just going to try to work on being more careful any way that we can. Thanks for listening. Hey, Jess, can you tell me what happened?
The car hit Jesse.
Oh, car hit Jesse. Did Jesse get hurt?
Yes.
Where did Jesse get hurt?
On his arm.
Yeah, where else?
On his back.
Yeah.
Oh! Hurt so bad.
Yeah, I bet. I'm sure it did.
Sorry.
But you're laughing just like normal, so we think you're okay.
hurt bad. Oh!